Hello everybody, we're going to take a look today at the Sonata for Horn and Piano, third movement. This is by Bernhard Heiden. As you can see in the screen, it says Rondo at the top of the left hand top of the page. So obviously this is going to be considered to be sonata form. No, I'm just kidding. This is a 7-part rondo form. Being able to diverge that it was a 7-part rondo was a little bit frustrating, but certainly attainable. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is there's no key signature in either part. So what Haydn does is he actually writes in all of the accidentals. Obviously, the horn part, which is the top part, is going to sound differently, but that certainly creates a sense of frustration just because there's not necessarily a key signature that is ever present. Um, the next thing that I've noticed, this is the A section, by the way, the first time. The second and third will look a little bit different, but we will still consider those as A. Uh, One thing that I'd like you to take a look at is the amount of changes that he makes between 3/8 and 2/4. You're going to notice that I've also circled a bar of 2/8, but the 3/8 and 2/4, sorry, not too far, as you'll see between measures 5 and 6, 12 and 13, 25 and 26, 28 and 27 and 28. That tends to be a theme that you'll notice a little bit more as we go into the piece. Now, the initial A section will last up until bar 50, or it goes through bar 53, and then you're going to notice right where the big red circle is, where I have marked 3/8/2/4. Haydn will actually use this to alternate, and this gives a feel of the B section. So what you're going to hear is a lot of the dum da 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 dum da dee dum, or in some capacity in the horn part. And the one note that I kind of made is the fact that the horn part and the piano part are almost kind of conversational throughout the course of the piece, which really becomes prominent towards the end of the movement. So, like I said, he plays between 3/8 and 2/4 where he has it marked, so it really takes a little bit of forethought to notice what time signature is where. And the B section that I have is marked through bar 81. Now, where I kind of thought or had a little bit of a question raised is, do I start the A1 section or the A prime section at bar 82, because that's technically where the B section would stop, or do I start it at 84 where the initial melody comes back? Now, the initial melody does come back. It is a little bit different, so I did mark it as A prime, and I did decide to start that at 84, with the 2-bar transition being in bars 82 and 83. Now, as we scroll down, you're going to notice that he does change between 3/8 and 2/4 several times again, but as we make note, he does that idea where he will mark the 3/8 and the 2/4 again, where we get into the C section. So we are now at A, B, A prime, and C. That's our fourth section here. Very different than anything that's been heard before, and like I mentioned, as you'll see in bar 111, it looks like 14. My handwriting is terrible. Apologies on that. You'll notice that the horn and the piano kind of converse, where the horn may be repeating certain parts, but the piano is kind of playing lightly over top. Then the A section does return at bar 141. Now you're going to notice I have it marked as A2 or A double prime. It is roughly similar. There are ideas that are repeated. However, I definitely could not label it as just A, because it's entirely too different. The final repetition of the 3/8 and 2/4 I have marked as B prime, going from bar 165 all the way through bar 192, to where the A3 or A triple prime section would come back, where we're now in 3/8 rather than 2/4 like we started. He meaning Haydn, explores several different key areas you'll notice again that there are no real key signatures that are ever marked. He utilizes accidentals aplenty to kind of get his point across. Now, like I said, there are certainly areas that tend to drive towards certain keys, but ultimately, the sense of frustration is left up to the person doing the analysis um, to determine what key areas are where and to ultimately decide how the form is built. This is a piece that I played for my recital as an undergraduate in 2013, and my curiosity was basically, did this piece give me as much frustration analyzing as it did performing? Now, I won't say yes, but I definitely won't say no. And the sense of frustration was still very much present, trying to fish out what keys and what form Heiden was going for here. Obviously, like I said, rondo, but diverging where each of the forms was certainly difficult. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.